Imagine this. You're standing on a snowy ledge, staring into the steaming heart of an active volcano. The ground feels solid, safe, but then it crumbles. You're falling 1,500 feet into the jagged, fiery abyss of Mount St Helens. Rocks blur past, steam chokes the air. Death waits below. This is the true story of John Slemp, a man who fell into a volcano in 2008 and climbed out alive. A miracle in a place that kills without mercy. How do you survive when nature itself turns against you?
Welcome to suspense, mystery, crime, horror, inspiration, survival. Phantom Archived. Subscribe.
Stay with Phantom Archived to find out. Hit subscribe to join our journey into the world's most incredible survival stories. What would you do facing a drop into a volcano's heart? Could you keep your wits, or would panic take over? Comment below and let us know. April 14th, 2008. A crisp, clear morning in Washington State. John Slemp, a 52-year-old father from Damascus, Oregon, revs his snowmobile across the snowy slopes of Mount St Helens. He's not chasing fame or danger. He's just a regular guy. Tough, practical, with a love of the outdoors. Beside him is his teenage son, Jason, sharing the thrill of a father-son adventure. Mount St Helens towers above them, a sleeping giant at 8,363 feet, its crater a massive scar carved by the deadliest volcanic eruption in U.S. history. In 1980, it killed 57 people, flattened forests, and choked the skies with ash. In 2008, it's still alive, rumbling with minor eruptions, its lava dome growing like a slow, molten heartbeat. John and Jason know the mountain's power. They respect it, but they never expect it to betray them. John's no stranger to these mountains. Born and raised in Oregon, he spent decades exploring the Cascades, snowmobiling through powder, fishing in clear streams, hiking rugged trails. Mount St Helens, just 52 miles from Portland, is his backyard. He's taught Jason to love it too, sharing stories of winter rides and starry nights. But this mountain has a darker side. On May 18, 1980, it exploded. The blast was 500 times more powerful than the Hiroshima bomb. It triggered the largest landslide in recorded history, sending a wall of ash and rock racing at 300 miles an hour. Volcanologist David Johnston, stationed 6 miles away, radioed his final words. "Vancouver, this is it." He was gone in seconds. Loggers, campers, and locals, like Harry Truman, who refused to leave his lodge, perished in the inferno. The eruption reshaped the mountain, leaving a 2,100-foot deep crater, a mile wide, a frozen hell of snow, rock, and steam.
By 2008, Mount St Helens is quieter, but not safe. From 2004 to 2008, it's been restless, spitting ash and building a new lava dome. Climbers and snowmobilers still flock to its slopes, drawn by its wild beauty. John and Jason parkfish snowmobiles near the crater's rim, a spot popular with adventurers. The view is breathtaking, a vast chasm of snow and jagged rock, steam curling up from the lava dome below like a warning. John steps forward, eager for a closer look. The snow feels firm under his boots, packed by months of storms. But it's a lie. It's a cornice, a fragile overhang of snow, built by wind, hiding a 1,500-foot drop. At 10:30 a.m., the ground collapses. John's world turns upside down. He's falling, plummeting into the volcano's heart. What would you feel watching someone you love vanish into a volcano? Would you hold on to hope or give in to despair? Share your thoughts in the comments. The fall is a nightmare. John's body spins, crashing against snow and rock. His snowmobiling gear, helmet, padded jacket, heavy boots takes the brunt of the impact. Ice blurs past, sharp and unforgiving. The crater walls streak by, a dizzying mix of white and gray. He thinks of Jason, waiting above, helpless. He thinks of his wife, Linda, back home, unaware of the horror. John's no stranger to tough spots. Years of outdoor adventures have taught him to stay calm. But this is different. The crater is a death trap. Loose rocks, hidden crevices, the constant threat of a steam explosion or collapse. He can't stay here. He has to move. He has to survive. For Jason, for Linda, for himself. What would drive you to fight for survival in a place like that? Who would you climb for? Tell us in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to Phantom Archived for more stories of human triumph. John stands, his legs shaky, his hands numb. He looks up at the crater's rim, a thin, taunting line against the gray sky. The walls are steep, a brutal mix of snow, ice, and ash-covered rock. Every step could send him sliding back down. He starts to climb. His boots dig into the snow, his gloved hands claw at jagged stone. His muscles burn, his breath comes in short, frosty gasps. The volcano seems to mock him, its silence heavy with menace. A loose rock shifts and he slips, sliding 10 feet before catching himself. His heart pounds. "Not today," he mutters, his voice lost in the wind. He thinks of Jason's face, his son's laughter on their snowmobile rides. He pushes on, hand over hand, step by agonizing step. The climb is torture. The crater walls are unstable, crumbling under his weight. Steam vents hiss nearby, their heat a reminder of the volcano's restless power. John's no mountaineer, but he's stubborn, practical. He knows stopping means death. The cold bites through his gear, his fingers aching in their gloves. He slips again, rocks clattering into the abyss below. Fear claws at him, but so does resolve. He's not a hero, not a legend, just a man who wants to see his family again. The crater's rim is closer now, but still so far. Every inch is a battle against gravity, exhaustion, and the mountain itself. Mount St. Helens has never been forgiving. In 1980, it took 57 lives in moments. People like David Johnston, a young scientist who loved the mountain, or Harry Truman, the stubborn lodge owner who called it home. Their stories linger in the ash, a warning etched into the Cascades. In 2008, the volcano is still alive, its lava dome growing, its tremors a constant threat. The Klickitat tribe calls it Luwala Clough, the smoking mountain, a sacred force that demands respect. John Slemp, an ordinary man, is now part of its story. A man who fell into its heart and refused to die. Could you climb out of a volcano's grip knowing one slip could end it all? What would keep you going? Share your thoughts below and hit subscribe to Phantom Archive for more epic survival tales. Above, Jason is in a panic. He's flagged down other snowmobilers, their radios crackling with desperate calls for help. The Skamania County Sheriff's Office scrambles a mountain rescue team, but the terrain is brutal, the weather unforgiving. John doesn't know this. He only knows he has to keep climbing. His hands bleed through his gloves, his legs scream for rest. The crater's rim is so close now, a faint hope in the gray light. Then, a sound. A low thrum, growing louder. A helicopter. The Portland Mountain Rescue Team is here, their blades chopping the icy air. Rescuers peer into the crater, expecting a body. Instead, they see John, alive, still climbing, a tiny figure against the vast, steaming chasm. The rescuers are stunned. A 1,500-foot fall into an active volcano should have been fatal. Yet here's John, battered but moving, defying the odds. The helicopter hovers, lowering a rescuer in a harness. John grabs the line, his strength fading but his will unbroken. As he's lifted out, he looks down at the crater, jagged, steaming, a place of death. He's cheated it. The helicopter carries him to safety, the volcano shrinking below. He's alive. Against all reason, he's alive. At a Portland hospital, doctors can't believe it. Bruises, scrapes, a possible sprained ankle, but no broken bones, no fatal injuries. His snowmobiling gear, the snowy crater base, and sheer luck saved him. John reunites with Jason, their embrace tight, wordless. Linda, his wife, rushes to his side, tears mixing with relief. The news spreads fast. CBS News reports, man survives 1,500-foot fall into Mount St. Helens. Locals call it a miracle, a story to rival the volcano's grim legacy. John, a private man, shuns the spotlight. He's just grateful. Grateful for his son, his wife, his life. How would you face the world after surviving the impossible? Would you feel changed forever? Tell us in the comments. Mount St. Helens is more than a mountain. It's a force. Its 1980 eruption changed volcanology forever, teaching scientists about landslides, ash clouds, and the raw power of nature. Its 2004-2008 activity, including the lava dome John fell into, reminded the world it's still alive. To the Klickitat tribe, it's Luwala cloth, a sacred spirit that commands awe. John Slemp's story adds a new chapter, not of destruction, but of survival. He wasn't a scientist, not a climber, just a man who fell into hell and walked out. His miracle is a testament to the human spirit, a spark of hope in a place of death. John Slemp fell 1,500 feet into an active volcano. He should have died. Instead, he climbed out, defying Mount St. Helens' deadly grip. His story is a reminder. No matter how deep the fall, the human will can rise. What would you do, trapped in a volcano's heart? Would you find the strength to survive? John did, and his miracle lives on. If you were gripped by this story, hit subscribe to Phantom Archived. Join us every week for true tales of survival that push the limits of human endurance. Don't miss out. Click that button now.